Hello, Haradrim. Welcome back, friends. And we are here in the exciting adventures of SkellyBoomer. In just a little, about an hour and a half, we went from level 1. We now have two aspects from two different dungeons imprinted. We're level 20. We've got our army. We've got, down here, we've got our army of the dead. And we've got our, whoops, there we go. And we've got our major skills, Corpse Explosion and Iron Maiden. And we are just really cooking along. There's one more aspect that we can get from a dungeon, which we're going to do now. And that is to get the torturous aspect, which turns Iron Maiden into a darkness skill and has it do shadow damage. And it also has a chance to stun enemies when they do damage to us, or skeletons. So, I have that already targeted here. We're going to go to the deserted underpass, which is just northeast of Gaykal, or Giakal, however you want to pronounce it. Let's get over here. Come on, horse. I hate those stairs. Now, after this dungeon, the basic build for this character is done. Everything left from here as far as the skill tree is just going to be just adding on to her already overpowerfulness. Riding through a hell tide here. I didn't get knocked off. Yay! Get in there. Come on. Now, as I was saying, yes, at this point, the build, to all intents and purposes, is done. There's really nothing else left that this build needs. This specific aspect that we're going to get isn't really necessary right this very second, but it will come in very important later, because when we get to level 50 and start adding our Paragon points, the one thing we're going to want to do is take all the glyphs and all the Paragon boards that will add to shadow damage, because of course our Corpse Explosion is shadow damage, because we took the, whoops, where is it? Because we took Blighted Corpse Explosion, and of course Iron Maiden now is going to be a shadow skill too. So when we get to the Paragon board, we'll be doing lots of glyphs and lots of Paragon boards specifically for shadow damage, and shadow damage over time, along with stuff that will boost our minion damage too. So it's all just icing on the cake after this. I'm getting a little tired here, so I'm going to take it a little bit slower than I was earlier. What's really fun about this build, especially when you start just grinding out nightmare dungeons, just pop on a soundtrack on YouTube or whatever and kick back and just waltz through the dungeon, just taking your time. This probably loops around, so probably keep going this direction instead of backtracking to catch those other ones I missed over that way. By the way, I did the capstone, the Tier 3 capstone with this build at around level 30 something, if I remember, at my last run. That was before I had this really perfected, so to speak. I know Max Roll has a vid up where they were able to do the Tier 3 capstone at, I believe it was level 27. And keep in mind, that's level 50 done. Let's go crystals, don't forget to pick them up. Pick a direction, any direction. Let's go south. Remember correctly, it's either going to be the thing we need to blow up down here, or there's going to be another event. Oh shoot, I got frozen. I'm gonna pop, no, I didn't say I was gonna pop Army of the Dead, but it looks like we got it done. Hey, what's this temporary manual? Resource generation again, yeah, useless. All that for nothing down here, huh? Profane finesse, I forget what that is. Oh, here we go. Now look at that. Now that's a good temper for this build. Get either Iron Maiden damage or damage to cursed enemies, either one. And or is that Macabre now? No, it's not. Okay. I don't remember what does Macabre damage. Oh, and I got a ring. Bone prison. Ah, useless. One aspect you really want to watch out for, and it's the new one, is aspect of undying. I'll explain that in a second here. What aspect of undying does is every time you use any skill, it does a little bit of healing for you. But now keep in mind, we are constantly we're constantly casting. We don't ever run out of resources. Come on. There you go. Now we're getting a little bit of healing from casting our Iron Maiden right now, but with what is that? Oh, it's the shrine cap. Okay. But with the undying aspect, you get even more healing from blowing stuff up with corpse explosion and stuff. There's much more survivability. Not that we really need it. And one die. And deserted underpass is done. So let's pop back to KB. And we got two things we gotta do. First thing we need to do here is we want to put the torches aspect, and it doesn't really matter what we put. Now we get more oomph for it out of the amulet, but I suggest leaving unyielding on the amulet. The main thing is just to not to get the biggest number boost, but just to get turning Iron Maiden into a darkness skill. So we'll pop that on the gloves, I guess.
Ah, how nice.
Now again, your mileage is going to vary as to when you get these tempering manuals, but I suggest using them as soon as you get them, obviously. And so we're going to come up here to tempering. And I forget what that was. What did we just get? Oh my goodness, my brain's not working. When did we pick that up? Mini attack speed. That's very important too. Shadow execution. Nope. Where's the one that gave us? Profane finesse. That's the one we want. That's going to give us Iron Maiden damage. So what we want to do then is let's start with the helmet. Okay, yeah, let's go through. Might as well. Actually, I'll stop this video here, and next episode we're going to do some tempering on all of our gear to really get this build rocking. We'll temper all the gear, and then we'll just see how insanely overpowered it is at that point. Thanks again for watching. I hope you're really enjoying this. Obviously, you must be enjoying it, or at least finding it informative, if not entertaining, or you wouldn't be here. So thanks again for watching, folks. I love you all. See you soon.